Shmonty in the morning. Rock 102.1 KFMA.
Have anything that comes to mind, your favorite question where you just, you know what's coming, you see it's coming, and you go, all right, let me stop you right there before, because I know where this is heading. I'm going to put the brakes on you.
You know, I mean, there are phases that kind of come and go. Lately, it's been, I mean, well, a year ago it was the Kanye stuff,
right?
Him being
6
months
greatest
ago,
rock star.
Yeah, no, don't even get me started. 6 months ago, it was, well, not even then. 2 years before that, it was the Joey question.
Yeah.
3 years before that, it was the Paul question. I mean, so it all kind of comes and goes, and all you can do is just stick to your guns and be honest, you know, because that's honestly in this business, it's the only defense you have.
Right.
So if you know that somebody is taking you out of context and being completely misleading, you can immediately come to the defense of who you are, you know. Just recently, and I wasn't taken out of context, but there was a piece on Gawker that was put up that was we were referenced as the type of music that your typical Trump fan or Trump supporter would listen to. And it kind of came back to that one musclehead dude with the crappy tats who was screaming about Mexicans.
The guy that was outside the Phoenix.
That's exactly it. And the picture was there, and then it was just like, this is your typical Trump supporter. He drinks Mountain Dew and PBR. He listens to Slipknot. And I immediately took offense to that. You know, I said, whoa.
Right.
If you think this is your normal Slipknot fan, then you don't know anything about us. I said, I'm not saying that he doesn't listen to Slipknot.
Sure.
This is not the message that we put out.
Right.
And I will not have my message put out like that. Within probably 30 minutes, I had the writer there on Twitter saying I didn't want to use that, but it was, the editor said I should use Slipknot.
Yeah, you didn't want to use it, but you did.
Exactly.
But you did.
Then I had the editor come on, and they, in that moment, amended the story with an asterisk and everything and took it all out and said this was amended at this time and blah, 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 blah. We apologize to Corey Taylor and Slipknot for any offense that might have been taken. Now, granted, it was Gawker.
Sure.
Gawker's, it's not the Huff Post or anything like that, but it's, people read that. And I'll be damned if I'm going to have my band that has done everything in its power to support equality and to break down racial walls, walls that have to do with the middle class, the lower class, upper class, at working class.
Right.
I'm not going to have somebody, tearing that down to make a point because some asshole was screaming hate. By the way, from clear back.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Like,
he wasn't in the thick of it.
You're that big of a dude, and you're going to do it from way back there. It's like, dude, screw you.
He struck me as like a guy who would go to Bro Country or maybe an EDM festival. Like, that was my snap judgment, and I'm guilty of making it. I feel like we all are. But when I saw him, I don't know. My first thought wouldn't be Slipknot.
No, absolutely not. And so, I mean, it comes and goes. And honestly, it all depends on what I've said that week. The latest was when I slapped the phone out of the kid's hand, and all of these millennials came out of the woodwork because they were so offended. And it's like, no, there are worse things going on that you should be offended about.
Sure. Well, I mean, if anything, that kid has a cool story for life, and I feel like he can own that. He can go, I was front row at a Slipknot show, and I was on my phone,
I was texting,
Snapchatting, whatever. Yeah.
Corey smacked it out of my hand, and then we had a moment, and then it was all good.
Yeah, I would never
and
wash
that's literally
that.
what it was.
I would never wash that phone again. I don't know if you wash phones, but I wouldn't do it.
Do you wash phones?
Yeah, I mean, that's why I go through them.
It depends on how
quickly.
many dirty phone calls you take.
Exactly.
I mean, there
Gotta
you go.
Clean my history.
Yeah.
Shmonty in the morning. Weekday mornings from 5:30 to 10. Rock 102.1 KFMA.